Welcome back to Sustainability Stories podcast, sponsored by Sustainability Kiosk. Sustainability Kiosk is a platform to support with your operational emissions reduction across energy, water, food and waste, and consumables. I'm your host, Radhika Arapalli, and join me as we interview global leaders in hospitality, solution providers, changing the landscape for sustainable hotels. Subscribe to our newsletter on Sustainability Kiosk, as we intend to send you only the latest information as we do more of the good stuff. Welcome back to Sustainability Stories podcast. I'm your host, Radhika Arapalli. Today, I'm thrilled to announce a unique partnership between Sustainability Stories podcast and Global Hotel Alliance. Global Hotel Alliance, for those of you who don't know, is an independent hotel brands who have come together, but who better to introduce the brands than Jelena? So I have Jelena Kezika, Senior Director Strategy for Global Hotel Alliance, joining us. And Jelena, over to you. Please introduce to us Global Hotel Alliance and the Green Collection Hotels. Thank you, Jelena.
Thank you for the introduction, Radhika. It's my pleasure to be here with you. For our podcast listeners who are not familiar with Global Hotel Alliance, we are the world's largest alliance of independent hotel brands. We bring together 40 beautiful, unique independent hotel brands with their 800 hotels in 100 countries. We are also a creator of a loyalty program called GHA Discovery. And together with our partners, our beautiful hotel brands, we deliver the program to 26 million of our program members.
Wow. That's huge numbers. So you have 26 million members. How many hotels did you say? 800 hotels?
800.
And 220 of them are in the Green Collection portfolio, did you say?
Correct. Today we have actually more than 220 hotels in Green Collection. Last year, when we launched Green Collection, we had about 190 hotels. So we've seen some growth in the Green Collection portfolio, and we know that many of our hotels are going through the certification process right now. So it's great to see Green Collection grow.
Let's take a step back. So introduce to us, you said last year there were only certain number and the number has grown over the year. So you started Green Collection last year. So could you take a step back and actually give us lay of the land? How was Green Collection started and how has it been in the 1 year?
So last year, and actually during the pandemic, we all seen across all industries that consumers became aware of sustainability issues, about issues of climate change. And we've seen that they ask their favorite brands to share their values, to share the information about their sustainable products, solutions, and what change in the environment and people's life they want to make. So this was also the case for our loyalty program, GHA Discovery. GHA Discovery is co-created by our program members. We ask our members every year through surveys, different research projects, different focus groups and workshops, what members like in our program today, but also what they want to see in the program in the future. And sustainability was one of these topics. So this is why we created Green Collection, knowing that our members want to see sustainable accommodation choices in our portfolio of hotels. So Green Collection was our way to help them identify the sustainable choices.
Right.
But another objective of Green Collection was to help our hotels on their sustainability journey. Because regardless of the business size, we all know that the journey is very, very difficult. It's an extremely complex project to get assessed, to understand where businesses stand today and where they can get on their sustainability journeys tomorrow.
Right.
So we have a lot of information, skills, expertise within 800 hotels. So Green Collection was also our answer to bring together this knowledge to help the ones who are just about to start their journey.
Oh, awesome. So you're actually educating, raising awareness and collaborating with hotels to support the cohort to actually get better. And how many hotels did you say you are in the Green Collection now?
So now we have just about 220.
And could you name a few of them just so listeners understand what's the names of the brands that we're talking about?
Yes, of course. So we have Green Collection hotels in 44 countries.
Okay.
So our members can identify them every time they want to visit a new destination. So we have a lot of properties, or most properties are in Europe and Asia. But for instance, in the Middle East, we also have 32 hotels, and 18 of them are in the UAE.
Right.
So some examples will be GA Resorts,
Right.
Kempinski Hotel, Mall of the Emirates. We also have a beautiful hotel on the Palm in Dubai, Anantara the Palm Resort.
Yeah.
So, and many, many others. So Green Collection is not just about eco-lodges or about beach properties. We have different type of city hotels as well. We have many historic properties. So there is a lot of choice for our members.
Awesome. So you have it's a wide range of hotels then you're talking about, right? All in the 5-star category mostly?
Well, not necessarily. So it's in 4 and 5 as well. So it's not just about the product itself. So sustainability is not about luxury. So sustainability is about the commitment.
Right.
So, and this is the commitment we celebrate in Green Collection.
Awesome. So what's the criteria, say a hotel, compared to what you've just mentioned, J, the resort versus someone else who is not Green Collection? What's the difference between these two hotels?
When we decided to create Green Collection, we had 2 aspects in mind. One was transparency, to explain our hotels in the lines, but also our members, what Green Collection hotels are, and why we decided to put these hotels together. We wanted to make sure that information is available and is very easy to identify on our channels. The other aspect was collaboration. We celebrate this year 20 years of Global Hotel Alliance.
Wow.
And we are obviously experts in loyalty business. So we're a distribution platform and we support our hotel brands with a variety of services, from marketing to PR to analytics to many other aspects. However, we always knew that we are not experts in sustainability. And this is why we decided to work with organizations that know this field very well. So we collaborated with recognized international, national, or regional certifications, such as EarthCheck, Green Growth, Green Globe, Green Key, LEED, and many others, who work with our hotels sometimes for many years. So these organizations were leading our hotel efforts, trying to help them with their sustainability journey, consulting them, leading them, assessing them, and of course, auditing them every year. So all of these hotels in Green Collection are audited by our expert partners.
Right.
So when we created Green Collection, or we were about to launch it last year, we assessed more than 300 hotels and more than 30 different certifications, pledges, different green stamps, if you want. However, we decided that we will accept certifications that focus on 4 key areas. These are sustainable planning, reduction of negative impact on the environment, of course, support to local communities, and protection of heritage in the environment where our hotels operate. So this is how we came up with the product, Green Collection, and launched it last March.
It's very interesting that you've actually distilled all of the certifications and brought it down to these 4 pillars. I talk about it because we recently had a roundtable where we brought in all sustainability leaders on one table. And one of the questions that was asked was, there are too many certifications, far too many. And you've just mentioned you looked at 40 of them, did you say?
We looked at more than 30.
More than 30, right?
But at the moment, we have hotels in Green Collection that's certified with 18.
18?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's so many, to consider. So hotels, say a hotel is confused in terms of, given that there are so many, 30 certifications or more out there, which one should I choose to talk about my story, to talk about my behaviors, And I think given that that's the challenge that hotels have, it's amazing how you've taken all of them, you've accepted that that's the boundary, and then you've given the 4 pillars based on which what you're measuring, right?
Correct. So I agree that the process for hotels is very, very difficult. And we know it ourselves because last year we decided that our corporate office in Dubai will go through the certification process as well. So we are in the process right now. And of course, our operations are very small compared to operations of our hotels. So it is a very complex process. And even we need a lot of guidance from experts. So it's great that we have knowledge of our hotels and stories they can share with each other, especially with those who don't know how to get started.
Correct. And if I was to put you on a hot seat and say, certifications are difficult, but on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being extremely difficult to 0 being it's a cakewalk, how would you place the efforts that you're doing with Global Hotel Alliance office certification?
The office certification is with EarthCheck.
EarthCheck.
And it is a very supportive organization that many of our hotels also work with already. So we felt it's a great match.
Right.
Their guidance is very helpful. What is also very important, the commitment from teams. So certifications is something that puts any organization, ourselves and hotels, into a frame. So they give us this framework to focus on. However, without passion and without interest of the hotel teams or our corporate office team, we would not be able to implement even the half of that. So it's all about vision, structure, but also passion of people who are driving and leading all of these initiatives.
Correct. So on a scale of 0 to 5, the prerequisites are passion and interest. Assume they're given, or you've found the right set of people who have the vision and passion.
We reached out. So we reached out to our team after we launched Green Collection, and we said that we felt it would be great to step into the shoes of our hotels and understand what they go through, but also what we can improve in our operations. Because when we started our certification, we started looking at our processes, at our energy consumption, water consumption, waste reduction. So it first starts with measuring, but at the same time, when we start measuring, we start questioning ourselves, can we do certain things better? And this is what happens at hotels as well.
Right. And how is it? Can I get a number from you? Is that really hard or?
It depends.
Okay.
It really depends. There are multiple areas that we are measuring. Some are easier to measure. Some are more tactical. Some require financial investments. Others don't. So it's somewhere between 3 and 5 every time.
No, it's good to know. It's just, yeah, like I said, certifications is really complex structure the way it is. We have far too many, despite GSTC, despite the governing bodies, and it's just nice to know the preparation that's required when someone is entering a certification process. Thank you, Jelena. Sorry to put you on spot there.
No. I think it was a very good question because it allowed me to reflect. And as I mentioned, after we launched Green Collection, we reached out to our team and said, why don't we do the same? So I was a little bit nervous because I did not know if we will get support from the team. So every business needs a green team to implement certain initiatives. And I was not sure if we will have enough interest, but I was overwhelmed with the response. And we actually have a very big and strong green team, and many people are willing to join this team any day.
Oh, nice. It's about team culture, which your team is ready for.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about organizational culture.
Correct. Now, I think I'm going to shift gears here and talk about customers. Now, look, you run one of the biggest loyalty programs. You have millions of customers who interact with you on a daily basis. So with the launch of the Green Collection and with the millions of customers do you have, what insights are you seeing? How is the customer response since you've launched Green Collection? Have you seen a change in behavior with people booking more hotels which have the indicator showing that they are certified green collection?
So our data from 2023 clearly shows that our program members are interested in green collection hotels. And one of the insights I can share with you that last year, 55% of our total revenue was generated by member stays at green collection hotels.
Wow.
Although just 1/4 of our hotels are in green collection. So it's very positive. So we also know that when our members stay at green collection hotels, on average, they stay is 13% longer compared to stays at other hotels in our portfolio. And also, they spend a lot more during their stays, so by 85% more than when they stay in other hotels.
That's an amazing set of data you have, because you are able to look at a holistic level in the helicopter view to tell hotels that, once you're certified, once your team has spent some money and efforts and passion to actually get certified and to improve the sustainability of your hotel, people are willing to stay more, spend more, and they're happy.
Yes, exactly. So this was also the reason why we created Green Collection, to share the stories, which we see through our analytics, through our reports, but also the stories that we don't have access to sometimes, the stories of our hotels. So they have the commitment to invest, for instance, then they can tell each other how long it takes to see the return on this investment. So these decisions are very important. So sustainability is not just about passion. So there is a lot of commitment, and this financial commitment is, of course, very important too.
Right. And it clearly shows in the numbers then.
Yes, exactly.
So in terms of talking of numbers again, and talking of it's only been a year for you with the Green Collection hotels, and it sounds like you're seeing some amazing numbers come through too, which is brilliant. What's the plan ahead for the Green Collection hotels?
So we are very excited to see Green Collection grow. And we also expect, as I mentioned earlier, more hotels to get into Green Collection this year and beyond, because many hotels are going through the certification process right now. And it takes a while. So it takes a year, sometimes 2 years, to get certification and then continue with the audits. So we really don't want to lose any hotels in Green Collection because they lack efforts or resources to keep their work going. So we want to maintain all of our hotels in the portfolio. We also want Green Collection to grow. So this is what we want to see. Of course, we continuously communicate what our hotels deliver in terms of different initiatives and concepts. We deliver also other concepts beyond Green Collection. There are a couple to mention, for instance, Donate Discovery Dollars.
Yeah.
Discovery Dollars is our innovative rewards currency, where members, by staying at our hotels, receive up to 7% back in cash on the eligible spend. And next time they stay with us, they can use Discovery Dollars to reduce the bill. They can have a gift to friends and family and transfer this Discovery Dollars, but they can also donate Discovery Dollars to charities that our hotels in their local environment mostly work with.
So these are loyalty points that they've earned from their stay.
Exactly. So we call them not points, but Discovery Dollars, because the value of Discovery Dollars is very strong and transparent. $1 Discovery Dollar equals $1.
Okay.
So $1 transferred to a charity means $1.
And how much is the currency value to earn $1?
So it will depend on the tier of the member in the program.
Correct.
So we have 4 tiers. And then members who start, they join in the program, receive 4% back on the eligible spend. And our elite members receive 7%.
Right.
So it's a very transparent and very generous way to recognize our members for their loyalty.
Right. And say if I stayed in $100 room, how many Discovery Dollars do I get?
So it will depend on your tier in the program.
Right.
So between 4 and 7%.
Okay. is what I get for the number of revenue that I've spent.
Exactly. So we would not call taxes, for instance, eligible. So it will be a little bit less than $100 you spent on your own.
Correct. And with the Discovery Dollars, so you have a donation program where
Correct.
people can give back to environment conservation efforts. Are customers eligible? Do they have the freedom to choose which partner do they give back, and how do they actually make use of these funds?
Yes. So our program was launched in May last year, and we identified charities that our brands already support. So there are about 20 of them today, and we group them in 5 themes. So some of them support initiatives that protect the planet, others that contribute to family health in local communities, others to education, and of course, animal welfare is also very important to our brands. So within these themes, we have a number of charities, and our program members can either donate to a theme or to specific charity.
Okay.
So we then, on behalf of our members, transfer all this fund without any commission taken by us to these charities.
Oh, awesome. And how many Discovery Dollars have you donated in the last 1 year, can I ask?
Well, I think it's never enough. Last year, because we just launched this program, there was nothing to compare with. We will have a better comparison this year,
Correct.
but all the indications show that our members are picking up in donating their Discovery Dollars
To each of these individual charities or themes
Yes.
that you have for it. What a brilliant innovation. So was this all under your leadership, Elena, the entire Green Collection, and setting up multiple themes underneath it where members can come in and volunteer, contribute?
Well, it is always a team effort. So
Of course.
anything we do in the team is a team effort, and any product, service, or partnership we develop requires support of our teams.
Correct.
We need support of our analysts, of our researchers to help us identify interesting spikes in data that can lead us to good informed decisions. When we launch any project within GHA Discovery and Global Hotel Alliance, we, of course, cannot go without support of our brands, because they and their properties face our program members, and they have to be comfortable with our initiatives. So they're extremely supportive, and we can say any initiative, including Green Collection, Donate Discovery Dollars, Live Local, another concept on sustainability front. So they could not be successful without the support of our team, but also teams of our hotels.
I hear you, but I'm saying as a corporate role, when you have the platform, when you have the responsibility, that the thing with sustainability is you probably hear 9 no's before you get a yes. Because a lot of times it's a stakeholder management in terms of it's important, it's a priority, let's get this strategy going. So I think I wanted to hear your opinion in terms of from the inception to the launch, how was the journey for you in terms of getting Green Collection up and running to where you are today?
Well, we have many very passionate people in our team when it comes to sustainability and loyalty and love for GHA Discovery, our loyalty program. So I think in any business, it is very important, as you said, to have support of your leadership. And at Global Hotel Alliance, we have full support of our CEO, so which was extremely helpful. So then the other challenge you always face to find the way to create a product with minimum investment of time and resources, but also not to think of something completely new, because very often we can bake a great cake out of the ingredients we already have in the kitchen. So this was also our thinking behind Green Collection. We looked, of course, at ways to create our own criteria, but as we were not experts in that, and it is very easy to get lost in this very difficult and complex topic, we decided to look around what is already there.
Right.
So we knew that our hotels already sometimes for years work with leading recognized organizations. So why don't we combine our efforts and do something great. So I think it's collaboration, it's partnerships. So we have the nature of partnership in our DNA. So 20 years of Global Hotel Alliance, 20 years of collaboration with our beautiful, unique hotel brands. So I think this also something that impacted our views and development of any CSR initiative we launched last year.
Awesome. That's SDG 17, Partnership for Goals Nailed. So I'm hearing leadership, stakeholder management, collaboration, partnerships. Thank you for that. That's really gold dust for someone actually facing challenges internally, externally, as they co-create programs, as they bring out wonderful platforms for hotels to collaborate. And there's one thing you mentioned while we jumped on the leadership journey was Live for Local. What is Live for Local? I'm curious to hear about it.
Live Local is...
Live Local, is it? Sorry.
No problem. Live Local is one of the core pillars of the JHA Discovery Loyalty Program. So to others are recognition. So recognition when members enjoy the perks and benefits of the program every time they stay or visit our properties. Rewards, discovery dollars, we already discussed them.
Correct.
And Live Local is the third one. So at the end of 2021, we relaunched JHA Discovery because today JHA Discovery is 14 years. And that time we felt that JHA Discovery needs a little bit of a shake. So we wanted to be engaging and attractive for our program members. And we addressed different ways how we could do that. So I already said that JHA Discovery is co-created by our program members. And we had a number of different workshops and focus groups, as we call them, in different countries with frequent travelers and our program members, asking them what do they expect. And already that time, our members said that they may not travel as often as they did in the past.
Right.
Because they wanted to reduce emissions, they wanted to reduce their carbon footprint. So they did not say they will not travel at all, but they indicated that they will be traveling differently. So our task was to think how we can find a solution for our members to stay connected to their favorite brands and hotels, even if they don't travel. And Live Local was the answer. So Live Local has a couple of pillars or products which we launched. So one of them is called Local Offers. So members can visit any of our program hotels and enjoy special discounts and perks, sometimes access to facilities at the hotel, beautiful offers at dining outlets and spa. So this is only available to our program members. We also create community for our members. Very often they travel or they relocate and they feel lonely in the country or in the city where they're in. So we are trying through events and member meetups to bring members together so they can exchange, talk about travel and life and work and sustainability, of course, as well.
Oh, wow. So there's a platform for members to exchange and post ideas and...
So we don't post, so we bring them together in real life. So we post events on our channels, our website, jhadiscovery.com, and our mobile app, JHA Discovery, where members can see what is coming up. Yes.
So do you have community events, say, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi? Is that how you do it, or?
So we started with the events at the end of last year. So we are doing it slowly. We rely a lot on support of our hotels. So we're bringing our program members to meet at our properties.
At a venue and
Correct.
What a nice idea.
So we had recently an event in London. We are having another event in Dubai in a couple of weeks. So we had an event in Amsterdam. So there is interest of hotels to welcome our members to their facilities.
And that reminds me, Jelena, I think I met you at one of your events for the awards.
Correct.
So you have Global Hotel Alliance Awards, right?
So awards where we met and we had the pleasure to welcome you is called the Ultras.
Ultras, yes.
So it's a collaboration of Global Hotel Alliance and Alto Travel Magazine, our partner since many years, where we recognize together with the program members and readers of the magazine the best in the industry.
Correct.
So it's not just hotels, but also destinations and airports and airlines. So everything that our members
And the travel.
exactly relate
Correct.
to travel.
And we had a category for sustainable hotel.
We did, but we will have the pleasure to have our first Green Collection Hotel of the year announced this June. So I already mentioned several times that the Global Hotel Alliance is about collaboration.
Correct.
And every year the CEOs of our member brands get together to discuss the progress of Global Hotel Alliance and the program. And we also recognize in several categories best hotels and best brands for their performance. So this year's meeting will take place in June, and we are getting ready to announce the Green Collection Hotel of the Year.
Oh, of course, it's a start, right? It's been a year, so which is why the collection will be announcing it in June.
Exactly.
And talking about sustainability, Jelena, I know you champion it on the work front. So, but what does sustainability mean to you personally?
Well, if I think of my childhood, I was growing in an extremely sustainable environment with my parents and grandparents. And that time, 30 years ago, it was a norm. So things have changed a lot as I was going places and was moving from a small town I come from to bigger and bigger cities.
What's your town?
I'm from Latvia, so it's called Daugavpils. It's a very small, beautiful place that has about 80,000 people living there at the moment. Then at some point I moved to Riga, which is the capital of Latvia, so it's a bigger environment. And then I lived some point in Germany as well before I came to Dubai. So during my 15 years in Dubai, I've seen the change as well from a city which was that time already big enough to a very big city at the moment. So this morning I was going for a walk and I was thinking, looking at these beautiful plants in the area where we live. And then coming to my own garden, I was looking at some beehives. So we have 8 beehives at our home. So these are Arabic wild bees. And then they visit us, and when they feel they want to leave, they're just leaving. And it's always very sad, but we know that the new hive will come. So I think sustainability for me is a way to come back to where we came from, or at least where I came from. And it's great to see that there is so much passion driven by people.
Jelena, you've got a beautiful set of hotels. I mean, you've told me about JA, the minor hotels, but also across in Asia, some of the beautiful hotels. And I think sneak peek to listeners to say that we would be speaking to some amazing hotels in the next few episodes. As part of the partnership that we have with Green Hotel Collection is that we will be speaking to some amazing brands, Pan Pacific or Kupala or Kempinski in the next few episodes as we hear their sustainable journey. And, we've heard from Jelena from the top, and it'll be interesting to hear at the hotels, how was certification for them? How has joining the Green Collection been for the hotels? So I'm really thrilled with what we have with the partnership. And as we close the episode, Jelena, just wanted to hear sustainability is an evolving subject. There's new things happening every time. I mean, COP28 was in Dubai, COP29 now, and with a lot of things with sustainability. How do you keep yourself updated with what's happening in sustainability with travel?
Well, I think keeping our eyes open and keeping our ears open too, doing a lot of research ourselves, looking at great examples in this space. This is what we continuously do. And of course, I already mentioned that we do surveys and research projects every year to understand what our members expect. And of course, we have questions about sustainability. So I generally think that although hospitality industry is extremely competitive, so is any other industry, there should be no competition in sustainability. So we should share great examples across industries. We should share best practices. because every business comes from a different place. There are different regulations in different countries. Tourism boards, governments are on a different level. So some are very advanced, others are still catching up. So, but as you said, there is a lot of progress, and it's great to see this progress and be stimulated and energized by watching this progress.
No, awesome. And especially you have the platform and you have an impact to make a huge influence over a large number of hotels. And it's wonderful to see you champion that. So I'm really thrilled to have this partnership with you, Jelena.
Thank you very much, Radhika.
Thank you for joining us today.
It was my pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we're always welcome for feedback. Any questions, head on to Sustainability Kiosk. This is Sustainability Stories podcast, sponsored by Sustainability Kiosk.